Good morning, friends. Welcome to BSc 2 4th semester geology class. So today we are going to study on cancer, carcinogens, causes and prevention. So causes of cancer. Cancer is caused by changes. They are the mutations to the DNA within cells. The DNA inside a cell is packaged into a large number of individual genes, each of which contains a set of instructions telling the cell that what functions to perform as well as how to grow and divide. Errors in the instructions can cause the cell to stop its normal function and may allow a cell to become cancerous. So cells which are going to be transformed into cancerous cells are having changed genes. DNA is nothing but deoxyribonucleic acid. Genetic material it has genes, and these genes undergo mutations to change the normal cell into cancerous cells. So what do gene mutations do? A gene mutation can instruct a healthy cell to allow rapid growth. A gene mutation can tell a cell to grow and rapid growth. A gene mutation can tell a cell to grow and divide more rapidly. This creates many new cells that have that same mutation. See, a gene mutation can instruct a healthy cell to allow rapid growth. Rapid growth occurs in those cells in which the DNA have undergone mutations. So fail to stop uncontrolled cell growth. Normal cells know when to stop growing so that you have just the right number of each type of cell. Cancer cells lose the control that tell them when to stop growing. A mutation in a tumor suppressor gene allows cancer cells to continue growing and accumulating. So cancer cells won't stop their growth. They go on, dividing and growing in size. And there, see, the suppressor gene is there. Suppressor gene, what it does, it suppresses the activity of oncogenes. Proto-oncogenes converted into oncogenes. Oncogenes are the genes which are responsible for the growth of cancer cells from normal cells. Make mistakes when repairing DNA errors. So DNA repair genes look for errors in a cell's DNA and make corrections. A mutation in a DNA repair gene may mean that other errors are not corrected, leading cells to become cancerous. So usually what happens, in normal cells during replication of DNA, some errors may happen. These errors are corrected by DNA repair genes. But here in cancer cells, DNA repair genes are not correcting the errors that have happened during the replication of DNA. So that leads to the development of cancer cell. So what causes gene mutations? Gene mutations you are born with. You may be born with, means persons may be born with genetic mutation that they are inherited from their parents. This type of mutation accounts for a small percentage of cancers. So persons may be inherited by their parents with the cancerous cells. So people may be born with a genetic mutation that they have inherited from their parents. This type of mutation accounts for a small percentage of cancers. Very small percentage of cancers may be because of this type of inheritation, heredity from their parents. Gene mutations that occur after birth. Most gene mutations occur after the persons have born and are not inherited. A number of forces can cause gene mutations, such as smoking, radiation, viruses, cancer causing chemicals, carcinogens, obesity, hormones, chronic inflammation, and lack of exercise. After our birth, we are exposed to various chemicals. These chemicals bring about mutations in our gene. Okay, so such as smoking, radiation, viruses, cancer causing chemicals, carcinogens. So we are eating some food which may contain uh, cancer causing substances. They are called carcinogens. Obesity is also one of the reasons for the development of cancer. Hormones, imbalanced hormone secretion may also lead to cancer. Chronic inflammation, not acute, chronic inflammation. If inflammation of a particular tissue not cured, not repaired, not corrected, not treated in time, it may lead to development of cancer. And lack of exercise. So person may not have regular exercise, may also show the development of cancer. Risk factors. So what are the risk factors? Age. Our age is also one of the risk factor. Cancer can take decades to develop. Yes, at once it may not develop. For the development of cancer, it may take several years, decades to develop. That's why most people diagnosed with cancer are 65 or older. So usually older persons show the cancer, development of cancer, while it is more common in older adults. Cancer is not exclusively an adult disease. Cancer can be diagnosed at any age. Usually at any age it may happen, but usually it is more prevalent, occurring in older people about 65 years of age. Next, our habits. Certain lifestyle choices are known to increase our risk of cancer. Smoking, drinking more than one drink a day for women and up to 2 drinks a day for men, excessive exposure to the sun or frequent blistering sunburns, being obese, and having unsafe sex can contribute to cancer. So all these habits may lead to cancer. You can change these habits to lower your risk of cancer, though some habits are easier to change than others. If you avoid these habits, you can protect yourselves from these cancers. Your family history. Only a small portion of cancers are due to an inherited condition. If cancer is common in your family, it's possible that mutations are being passed from one generation to the next. You might be a candidate for genetic testing to see whether you have inherited mutations that might increase your risk of certain cancers. Keep in mind that having an inherited genetic mutation doesn't necessarily mean you will get cancer. Not necessarily, not 100% sure it is. Maybe one of the reasons, but it is not the main reason. Your health conditions. Some chronic health conditions such as ulcerative colitis can markedly increase your risk of developing certain cancers. ulcerative colitis. In the intestine, ulcers may develop. Ulcers may not be cured. They may you know extend chronically, and they may lead to finally cancer. So talk to your doctor about your risk. Your environment. The environment around you may contain harmful chemicals that can increase your risk of cancer. Even if you don't smoke, you might inhale second-hand smoke if you go where people are smoking, or if you live with someone who smokes. Chemicals in your home or workplace such as asbestos and benzene also are associated with an increased risk of cancer. So if you are exposed to smoke, cigarette smoke, if you are smoking, that comes under positive smoking. If you are inhaling smoke from others smokers, that would be referred as passive smoking. So passive smoking is also dangerous. And other chemicals like asbestos, benzene exposure may also lead to cancer. Cancer causing substances in the environment. Yes, cancer causing substances are called as carcinogens. They are present in the environment. Cancer is caused by changes to certain genes that alter the way our cells function. Some of these genetic changes occur naturally when DNA is replicated during the process of cell division, but others are the result of environmental exposures that damage DNA. These exposures may include substances such as the chemicals in tobacco smoke, or radiation such as ultraviolet rays from the sun. People can avoid some cancer causing exposures such as tobacco smoke and sun's rays, but other ones are harder to avoid, especially if they are in the air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat, or the materials we use to do our jobs. Scientists are studying which exposures may cause or contribute to the development of cancer. Understanding which exposures are harmful and where they are found may help people to avoid them. The substances listed given below are among the most likely carcinogens to affect human health. Simply because a substance has been designated as a carcinogen, however, doesn't mean that the substance will necessarily cause cancer. Many factors influence whether a person exposed to a carcinogen will develop cancer, including the amount and duration of the exposure and the individual's genetic background. All these responsible for the development of cancer. So exposure, duration of exposure to a particular carcinogen, and genetic background of a person, all these account for the development of cancer. So these are few carcinogens: aflatoxins, aristolochic acids, arsenic, asbestos, benzene, benzidine, beryllium 1,3-butadiene, cadmium, coal tar and coal tar pitch, coke, oven emission, crystalline silica, then erionite, ethylene oxide, formaldehyde, mineral oils, nickel compounds, soot, radon, household combustion of coal. So these are few carcinogenic chemicals, substances which create cancer in our body if we are continuously exposed to these substances. So prevention, how to prevent cancer? Stop smoking. If you smoke, quite if you don't smoke. If you are smoking, stop smoking. Don't start. Smoking is linked to several types of cancer, not just lung cancer. Stopping now will reduce your risk of cancer in the future. So, lung cancer can be prevented, the heart cancer, blood cancer, all these cancers can be prevented by stopping smoking. Avoid excessive sun exposure. Harmful ultraviolet rays from the sun can increase your risk of skin cancer. Exposure to ultraviolet rays, our body may get skin cancer. Limit your sun exposure by staying in the shade, wearing protective clothing, or applying sunscreen. Then eat a healthy diet. Choose a diet rich in fruits and vegetables. Select whole grains and lean proteins. Limit your intake of processed meats. So our food should be good, healthy, you know, vegetables, fruits you should eat. So exercise most of the week. Regular exercise reduces exercise linked to a lower risk of cancer. So something is wrong here. Aim for at least 30 minutes of exercise most days of the week. If you have not been exercising regularly, start out slowly and work your way up to 30 minutes or longer. So regular exercise is required for keeping ourselves healthy. Maintain a weight. Being overweight or obese may increase your risk of cancer. Work to achieve and maintain a healthy weight through a combination of healthy diet and regular exercise. Schedule cancer screening exams. Talk to your doctor about what types of cancer screening exams are best for you based on your risk factors. Ask your doctor about immunizations. Certain viruses increase risk of cancer. Immunizations may help prevent those viruses, including hepatitis B, which increases the risk of liver cancer, and human papilloma virus, which increases the risk of cervical cancer and other cancers. Ask your doctor whether immunization against these viruses is appropriate for you or not. So these are the preventive measures. So treatment part is not there in your syllabus. So at the end, some assignments you can attempt. So the first assignment is, what is gene mutation? Second one is, write any 2 risk factors of cancer. Third one is, write any 2 preventive measures of cancer. So these are the 3 assignments on this chapter. Thank you.